What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the data points, what is really moving it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is down 5.98%, now 6.2%, $2.19 the low, $2.32 the high. A couple different attributing factors, one of which is just a general market pullback. So profit taking, so I think a lot of people are seeing just the SPY like pretty much hit like 6,000. That's a scary mark. Similar nature happened when it hit 5,500 because a lot of analysts were saying that it shouldn't be over that. So I think there's that attribute. So more of a broader just fear. CPI is coming out tomorrow, and plus some escalations between China and the States. So all that is causing a kind of a pullback. In Lucid's case, though, there hasn't been any official news itself, although what is happening right now would kind of dictate otherwise. But no news, no SEC filings, nothing like that. So it is just merely piggybacking off of the broader market. So this is the crappy thing about Lucid, is the fact that the market's kind of taking profits. A lot of stocks have ran up like in 1 month, 40%, 50%, some crazy numbers. Lucid didn't participate in that, but it's somehow like ever since the beginning of time for Lucid, like 2021, it's always never really participated in the positives of the market, but always participates in the negative. So it's just a very crappy scenario. But nonetheless, there was one unofficial thing that did come out, and it was posted by Lucid Oasis. So it looks like Lucid did trademark the kind of wording for compromise nothing. So clearly that's going to be their next marketing thing that they do. And it's honestly, that's pretty good. Compromise nothing means don't settle for anything subpar. And there was an article as well coming out similarly saying the exact same thing. The fact that Peter has tried all the other EVs out there and all the other vehicles, and Lucid is the best. So yeah, compromise nothing, don't settle for lower. So there's that. The only other thing that did come out that is kind of rubbing people the wrong way is this. So Ceer partners with Rimac, if I'm saying that right. And I think that is questionable, right? And so for those of you that did participate in my live stream during the tech and manufacturing day, that's one thing that I did say. Like at the end, I said like, well, my only question is, if their technology is amazing, why don't we have more partnerships, more people lined up to take advantage of Lucid's tech? And I didn't really get an answer essentially from that. So I think a lot of people are kind of questioning that. And this makes you question it even more. Why did Ceer, and which of course through that, the PIF, work and partner with Rimac, not Lucid? From a business standpoint, you can kind of make the argument saying that they don't want all their eggs in one basket. But in this article, it says that they have the best technology. It's gonna be their flagship products, and I don't know. It's one of those weird things. Unless the PIF is really moving and focusing more on Ceer, because of course Ceer has through them a kind of Foxconn, right? So they have the ability to really ramp up. Lucid has been kind of hit and miss since 2021. They've made a lot of mistakes. They've been really slow. Ceer, on the other hand, based on the price point, should appeal to more of a broader market standpoint, more target market and whatever. But yeah, this definitely is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, and they're seeing it as a red flag. So right now, I do agree that it's kind of questionable. There is some, again, to play devil's advocate, some business side that would kind of justify this. But yeah, I think this is something that Peter does need to really address, or just something. They can't not talk on this, because this is definitely not good. But aside from that though, going over to shorts, right now shorts are returning 139,000 shares. So the way I interpret this, by shorts returning shares, it shows that today's sell-off is somewhat unjustified, because right over here, there's a lot of ammunition for them to double down. So roughly 10 million, or in excess of 10 million. So if they really felt that Lucid was just done, they could easily double down, but they're not. 23.34% of the free float is being shorted. It works out to be 278.35 million shares. Cost to borrow average is 2.08%. I have brought this up in previous videos, but I just wanted to kind of mention it again because I saw couple people on social media bring this up. The fact that short interest is now 23 and change and it's not at the 30s anymore. So that's very, very bullish. The reason why it changed was because of dilution. So just tread cautiously. Anything I say or anyone says out there, just double check, do your own research and stuff like that, because you have a lot of people, I think, just post random crap just for engagement. Because I looked at a couple of posts on social media and they have no prior Lucid content. They just say, hey, it went from 30% down to 20. That is extremely bullish. If dilution wasn't occurring, then yes, that would be generally bullish. But the reason why it did change is, like I said, dilution. But moving over to options, 305,000 in calls, 91,000 in puts. So dollar value wise is very low today. 49% of all the options being done so far are optimistic and bullish. And of those call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $3 range. You don't really see much optimism for it to be above that, regrettably. So I think it's a lot of people are anticipating some more downside. And I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. But I think we need a little bit more details about the Gravity, how that's going. And I don't think we'll get any updates until most likely probably February when they do their Q4 earnings. But looking at the puts, people are anticipating for it to be sub $2. So more downside is anticipated. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So first thing, you are seeing a lot of selling. One recent buy, and that was at $2.19. Just occurred roughly 5 minutes ago, 236,000. Aside from that, just a lot of selling. Even after hours yesterday, dark pool seems to be rather quiet. I'll hit refresh. So yeah, that's oddly rather quiet, but maybe that's kind of mimicking exactly why shorts aren't really doing all that much as well. So maybe that's kind of in line with that. Right now with it at $2 and change, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So $2.14 is going to be the strong support that you'll want to watch for. And then $2.64 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. I've been stating this time and time again. It's very unfortunate, but just Lucid's technicals are breaking down and it is below the ALMA, 50, 100, 200-day moving averages. Stochastic RSI, even though it hasn't really moved up all that much, it went from very oversold to very overbought. So I think there does need to be some level of consolidation that does happen. And so yeah, I think just Lucid is kind of stuck right now. And so I think in general, they do have a very good product, as I've stated to you in the past, but I think just a lot of things aren't really going right for Lucid. And that regrettably is causing the stock price to go down. Lack of buyers. There was one good buy rating that did come out yesterday. RF Lafferty, I brought this up yesterday on a side note, but upgraded $4 buy rating, and then that was by Jamie. So yeah, honestly, I feel like it's one of those things that there's more downside, but it's still on a lot of people's radar because of the technology. So yeah, if you have a long-term time horizon, then definitely take advantage and buy or do whatever floats your boat. My videos are not here to influence you to buy nor sell. I'm just interpreting the data and potentially where it could be going. So like I said, if everything goes and there's more pullback and stuff like that, then it could be hitting this possibly S1, but the Elliott wave technicals are projecting as well for it to hit this S2. So I think there's a little bit more downside coming. So kind of just do your own due diligence. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Two things, even though Lucid is going down slightly today, take advantage of this. It does give you 8 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So that's a kick-ass deal. And then aside from that though, I did launch memberships. So if you want buy signals on stocks and options, then take advantage of that. Link in the description below and also the comments to my private Discord. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.